Hey, we're here at BimmerWorld today, and we are fitting our brand new TA55 wheels on a new car, and we're here to talk spacers. So in my hand, I have a 10mm spacer, and this one already has what we call the ring of death, and that comes from a spacer video we made with a wheel paper test. And we really don't like 10mm spacers because they are the ultimate challenge of trying to make a chamfer so that's thick enough so your spacer doesn't break, but not too thick so your wheel actually seats on the pad surface and is hub-centric as BMW intended without interfering with that chamfer, which is growing in size because 10 mils is exactly the wrong size for a spacer because it's 10 mils of snout, and we're trying to connect that. And anyway, more engineering. You can see the wheel spacer test. Check that out. But today we have this G82 M4, and our buddy Kazee has worked on
wheel spacers. In our current lineup, or previous lineup, we have had wheel spacers ranging from 20mm down to 12mm. 12mm being that cutoff because of the chamfer interference issues, etc. But with the new chassis and the way that their hub is designed, more on that in a moment, we have been able to come up with an answer to go down even smaller. So 10mm, potentially 8mm, and that is using a different style of hub bore. So if you look at this, this is not the standard that you would see on most wheel spacers. It has little pockets inside, and what those pockets do is, if we come down here to the car, you can see that the hub itself has fingers, for lack of a better term, that, you know, it's not fully continuous all the way around. And what this does is it will slot down inside of those like so, and then you can take your spacer outer ring, set that on top, lock it down, and it eliminates the need for the chamfer because you have the extra material added, you know, on the sides here in between where the fingers are. So no concerns of the spacer itself breaking because of lack of chamfer, and no concerns of it contacting with the wheel because of too much chamfer. So it's kind of the best of both worlds from a strength and fitment standpoint.
And super cool on this spacer, with the floating center versus the outer ring, there's some challenges with alignments. Apparently not all BMW hubs have the same indexing, so this is what allows you to make sure that you're always indexed properly with the holes for the lugs.
So this can sit on here, and you know, whether you're based on where this position is, your hole is here, 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 you can just spin that around. Everything lines up as it needs to, and this is locked in place with a tongue and groove on the back side. So once the spacer itself is clamped against the face of the rotor, this is also clamped inside and is not going anywhere.
And this is basically our solution, Kazee's solution, that moves away from this terrible 10mm spacer with too much chamfer or playing the chamfer game, which is always a challenge, and this ring of death, which will result in fastener failures, studs, lugs, etc. And if you're on track, those things can get real expensive real fast when you see your wheel pass you. So Kazee, nice work. New spacers, check them out, like, follow, see what else we got going on. Always something new at BimmerWorld.
You ready to go?
Should be an awesome race weekend.
We are ready to kill it this year.
It's good.
It's going to be a wild ride.